Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Nell here today, and we are going to be talking about my 2023 fitness routine. It has been something that I've seen you guys have been requesting that I talk about, so here I am talking about it today. So the first thing I want to talk about is motivation, because your motivation to work out is what's really going to be the driving factor for you to want to get up and do this every single day. So let's talk about that. If I'm being completely honest with you, I started working out after my relationship ended maybe over 10 years ago, and I'm not really sure if it was like revenge or what the motivation was, but that's actually how I started working out. I absolutely would not recommend using, a revenge bot or anything like that, another person being your source of motivation, because that person doesn't care. You should be doing this for you. So I highly recommend finding your why for working out, because like I said, that's going to be the driving force that's going to get you through this journey. If you just want a healthy lifestyle, maybe you got some unsettling news from the doctor saying, hey, you got diabetes or you're like borderline diabetic. And if you do feel like it's going to be hard for you to try to find that why, and you do want some type of motivation on, what can I do? Take some progress pictures. So at this point in time, I work out 4 times a week, and I do work out every other day. You want to have a healthy relationship with fitness. And if you feel like you're consistently having to, just power through just to make it through, that's not going to stick. It may do it for some, but if you're, like somebody that's a beginner trying to start out, give yourself grace. That's something that you're going to hear me repeat in this video. Give yourself grace. So I do a mix of cardio as well as with weight training. My key areas are full body workout. I do my arms, and then I also do my legs. I do work out at home, and my workouts are 20 minutes max, nothing more, nothing less. I also feel like once you find something that is good for you, it's easier to stick to as well. But I do recommend doing something that's on a beginner level, just so that you understand what it is that you do want to focus on, you understand how your body takes to it, and mentally it's something that you can see yourself doing. All right, so now we are shooting from my kitchen, and that's because we're going to be talking about diet. I have absolutely been eating tons and tons of seafood. As you guys see, I have my salmon here. I eat a lot of shrimp as well. So I don't really have too much meat in my fridge. Like if you guys actually wanted to see my freezer, that is it. I tried to keep it very short and simple. If I am going to eat red meat or anything like that, it's probably because somebody's cooking it for me, aka I'm going out to eat. Currently, I do have a pack of chicken inside of my fridge here, but most of the time it's mainly just fish and fish and fish, fish, fish. Can you get down, please? This cat is gonna knock my If you knock my camera down, Rowdy. I do try to cook my meals at home, mainly because I know exactly what's going inside of my meals. I know it's not going to be the same oil that's been reused like 64 times at like a fast food chain. I know how much salt, I know how much seasoning, I know exactly what's going into my meal and how to prepare it. I also like the fact that cooking my meal at home saves me tons of money. So there's that too. Like there's just so many benefits to cooking at home. I used to hate it before, but honestly speaking, like once you really get into it and you do look at cooking as not really like a chore, but something that's supposed to be like, kind of therapeutic for you, it's something that's going to help with your wellness, you will actually get into the habit of doing it a lot more. I also don't have an issue with making the same meals every single day, and this segues into meal prepping, but I will suggest that if you're, not like me, you're not weird like me, you can eat the same thing repeatedly, try to cook different meals. Let's segue into fruits and vegetables, as my Caribbean people would say. It's super important to make sure you're getting your fruits and vegetables, because obviously they have antioxidants and vitamins and all those good things. I noticed that when I incorporate more of that into my diet, I feel lighter, I don't feel lethargic, my BMs are more regular, if that makes any sense. There's no constipation, and it's just a win-win all around. So for me, I always have my asparagus on deck, baby spinach on deck, and yes, I can eat this whole thing by myself. What I would totally recommend doing is cutting up your fruits and veggies. I always separate my fruits. I have my blackberries in this container, my pineapple chunks in here. One, I noticed that when I cut my fruits up and I store them, they last longer, and two, I can make these. Whenever I'm feeling like I need a smoothie or something like that, there's usually always one on deck in the fridge that I can go to and just get into my body right after a workout. So it definitely does help me a lot. Some nice ASMR for y'all. So now we have to talk about drinking water, and water is so important. I feel like it definitely does help me reduce my bloating. It helps my body stay hydrated, and it's life, you know, like it's just a life force. The reason why I try to up my water intake is because I like to snack a lot. And most of the times when I'm snacking, it's not because I'm hungry, it's just because I'm dehydrated. And that's why I say it's so important to listen to your body. My brain will kind of make me think I am hungry when in actuality, I'm actually just dehydrated. Now we're going to be talking about mindset, and your mindset is super important when it comes to your fitness journey. And I think it's really important that you are kind to yourself, but also that you love and appreciate your body in all different phases of it. The type of words that you use when it comes to your, you know, fitness and your health and your exercise is going to have an impact on how you actually see it. That's why I always say, like, it's a routine, it's a lifestyle. This is just what I do, you know? And the more that you think about it in that way, again, it's just mindset, it's changing the way you think about it. It'll be easier for you to continuously get up and go to the gym. It'll get easier for you to get into the habit of, okay, Sundays, that's my day right before work or whatever your schedule is. I need to get into the kitchen and make sure that I cook my meals today. It gets a lot easier, and you also become more disciplined to it as well. Now, something else that I think is really important that I think people don't really talk about is, like, you need to make sure you look good while working out. I think it's important that you feel confident when you are working out. And also, you're going to be looking at yourself. You have to look at your form. You have to look at, you know, take progress pictures. You want to make sure that you feel good about yourself. So buy yourself something nice, all right? If you feel like you need to splurge on a workout, make sure, you know, it's going to pay off. Don't just be buying stuff and you ain't working out. That don't make no sense, all right? You also want to make sure that you kind of, in a sense, have an accountability partner. If you have an actual partner, a friend, relative, anybody who can be your little gym buddy or your workout buddy, I think that's really important. If you're solo dolo like myself, you can look for a different inspiration on YouTube. You can look for inspiration on TikTok, Instagram. There's so many different social platforms. I ain't trying to hear you can't find a community or club, because in 2023, it's more than possible. You'll kind of get into that mindset of like, oh my gosh, this is like month 1 compared to month 6. This is what my pants used to look like. This is what I'm wearing now. So I feel like all of that is going to be very, very crucial to keeping you on your journey, keeping you inspired, and keeping you motivated. Ugh. I don't know why I just said that, but this is probably going to be the thumbnail for the video. Don't mind me. Let me stop. And I do want to thank you guys for, like, you know, putting out the suggestion of talking about this, because I had no idea that my last fitness video was like 6 years ago, and a lot of things have changed from there. So I hope you guys enjoy this video, and of course I will see you in the next one. Bye guys.